second lesson for
Yes, would. Father in heaven, we thank you for all the blessings you've given us, allow us to have and enjoy. We thank you for this opportunity, Lord, to come together to work for the people of this county, Lord, and we pray that we might seek your guidance in all that we do, that we might make the right decisions. We pray for the people of Marion County and each one that lives here, Lord, that we might all have a better place to live and to learn and enjoy and to have a safe community to live, which to live in. Well, to go with us today and make sure that we ask you to give us the knowledge we need to make the right decisions. These blessings to us in thy name. Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Need a motion to approve the claims.
So moved.
I second. Second. All in favor, say aye. Approve the minutes. Need a motion.
I'll make the motion.
Need a second.
Second.
All in favor, say aye. First up will be you, Miss Lisa.
Thank you so much. First of all, I would like to formally introduce myself. My name is Lisa Murphy. I'm the County Extension Coordinator here, and this is...
I'm Rebecca Danley. I'm the 4-H agent for Marion County.
We first wanted to come to you to maybe explain some things, and basically, you might not be familiar with Extension. And I was doing research over the weekend, and what is Extension? And I came across something that stuck with me. It's been said that Extension is one of America's greatest stories in education. It was created with a partnership with Extension and land-grant universities. And it's where the university takes the research to its people. Well, how long has Extension been around? Well, Extension has been around. It was enacted by the Act of Congress, the Smith-Lieber Act in 1914, which is 105 years. And in Marion County, the first county agent was in the 30s, and his last name was Turnipseed. So I thought that was sort of ironic. We work in basically 4 major areas. Agriculture, but it's not just agriculture. We work in animal science, forestry, natural resources, horticulture, commercial, as well as home, agronomy, food safety, and then family consumer science, family and child development, financial management, nutrition, diet, health, community development, which is workforce development and leadership. And then our flagship is the 4-H Youth Development Program. And I'm going to turn it over to Rebecca and let her tell us some of the things that she's been doing in 4-H.
So this past year in 4-H, I went to the schools, and all of the schools in Marion County. And so I go and see every 5th and 6th grader in the county. And then we also offer 4-H to 7th through 12th graders. So that turned into about 1,278 kids that I would go and see every month. And so we have really tried to reach all the kids that we can in school through our in-school clubs, and then we also offer several out-of-school clubs. I don't know if you've seen in the newspaper, we have a Water Watch Club with Hamilton High School that's volunteer-led. We have an archery club at Marion County High School. We have offered archery to lots of our schools, and I can't go and do every club, and so we have volunteers that help lead those clubs. We also have a shotgun club. And then this summer I took several kids kayaking down the Buddy Hatchie River and then down Bear Creek. We also have summer day camps where kids can learn how to cook. We did a robotics day camp. We did a painting day camp, a floral arrangement day camp. We try to offer several different things so that every kid in the county can have something that they can do through 4-H. 4-H is all about mastery and honing your skills, and we have a huge event called County Roundup where all the kids get to come to Bevel and they get to do competitions and things. It's really hard trying to get kids interested in things besides their phone, and so 4-H, we're trying to reach them, trying to get them to get off those phones, get outside, enjoy our natural resources that we have, just here in Hamilton, here in Marion County. And so I feel like we're really doing a good job with that, and with your support, we can do even more. So, thank you.
Thank you.
I'm sure you're asking, how can we work in all these areas? If you'll open up your little packet that I provided to you, on the left side, you're going to see a listing. Yes, we have basically 5 positions in the local office, myself, Rebecca, administrative assistant, a SNAP agent assistant, and then also we have 1 position that's open. As you can see here with extension, we have what's called regional extension agent. And all the people that you see here listed serve Marion County. Also behind on that same side are the programming impacts that were made just in Marion County. And I'm going to leave that for you to look at a later time. Then as well, on the other side of your packet, with extension, we have an advisory group, which is called Grassroots, where the programming starts at the local level. And we met last week, and our advisory committee made suggestions on the programs that we are to conduct next year. Before they started the planning process, we provided them with statistical information. And I'm going to share some of that information with you. We have our statistical situation statement, the health profile for Marion County. Then you're going to see also the poverty rate for Marion County and the other adjoining counties as well. Then the free and reduced lunches. On one side you'll find the county system. On the other side you're going to find the Winfield City system. Then you're going to see the 2017 Census of Agriculture. And then what's been in our news, the opioid, and also Marion County was listed as the second, I guess, prevalent county in the state, and Hackenberg was named. So that's a little bit of information. The next thing in the back I would like for you to pull out, and it's our formal request for our funding. And I want to explain a little bit to you about how your funding is used. The first is a letter stating we're asking for level funding, and we have received level funding for the last few years. Then you're going to see a handout where it says the financial return. You're always wanting to know, and I know I read about your meetings in the newspaper and watch it on television, but also, what are you getting for your financial assistance to the Marion County Extension Office? Here's the financial return for funding for Marion County from July 1, 2018 to June 30th, 2019. You're going to see the salaries that for the 5 employees in Marion County. The travel, the 11 regional extension agents that serve Marion County, the 11 regional extension agents' operational expenses, the phone bill that is paid by extension, office supplies, the donations that we generate for our programs, grants, the farmers markets voucher, also the radio, airtime, TV, newspaper that's donated, also the time that volunteers give to our programs, and the postage. Then you're asking who pays for what. You're going to see basically a listing of what's paid by the county funding and the expenses that are paid by our state extension office. And then the last handout you're going to see is the proposed budget for 2020 on how the $18,000 of our appropriation would be spent. So much on salaries, travel, communication expenses, rental expense, printing costs, office supplies, and postage. Okay. Do any of you have any questions?
I don't have any questions. I'd like to vouch for the authenticity of this program. I know through the years back, we've had to always, people go all the way to national, to Chicago, the national programs you have, national winners in the 4-H clubs and out of Marion County. So it's very impressive, some of the children and, well, young people that, the things they do in 4-H.
We appreciate
I
that.
think we have-
Last year, we had a national winner. Samuel Sutton was named national winner in the turkey cube competition. We had several, how many 4-Hers did compete on the regional level?
We had about 10 regional competitors, and several came home with
Yeah.
first, second, or third
Yeah.
placings. And then we also had several that came in first, second, third for our state competition.
Well, back several years, I mean, he's not the only national
Oh, no.
champ that we've had in Marion County.
That's right. And and tell about our state officer.
We do have one 4-H state ambassador. Her name is Carly Carden. She's from Marion County High School. She's an 11th grader. We worked with her, and they were very impressed, and she's going to do a really great job. Last year, we had Abraham Humphrey, who was state ambassador. There are only 22 of those in the state, and it's very competitive. And so the fact that she got a placement was very impressive, and she's going to do a great job with that.
Abraham's a very impressive young man.
He sure is, yes. And he's still helping us now. He's graduated and he's already reached out and said, anything I can do, I'll be glad to. And that's one great thing about 4-H. Once kids have been in 4-H, they're more willing to help you in your community. And they see the value of the program. And so those are going to be our volunteers to come in the future.
What grade did they actually start?
4-H, 5th grade. And we try to do summer activities. All kids grades 9 through 18 can do 4-H. Yes. And we're trying to get an agent assistant position so that she can do all the 7th and 8th graders in the county as well.
Please feel free if you ever have any questions or concern about our programming throughout the year, please bring it to our attention, good or bad. We want to address it. We like to hear good things as well as negative things as well. And any questions?
Yeah, well, a comment. I do know, Lisa, you're very passionate about this.
I am.
I know, and I love that.
Thank you so much for your time.
Thank
Thank
you.
you. Thank you all.
Scott, do you need a doctor?
Next, we got the probate judge and revenue commissioner new hires. They haven't got here yet. Skip down to soil and water. They're not here. Be you, Mr. Jim Mills.
Morning, gentlemen.
Morning, sir.
Thank y'all for having me again this morning.
He asked for a blessing while ago. I thought it was very detailed, so he done.
Just a continuation of last week's commission or work session the other day. Letter of intent for a storm shelter, community storm shelter somewhere in the county. I have prepared the letter. It's paperclip to that if you'd like to look at, but I need your signature on it to send this in, and it needs to be in today.
Yeah. Do we need to vote on this? Scott, do we need to vote?
I imagine it won't hurt.
I have a motion to go ahead with this. It's
This apply.
$37,204.79
Yes.
that we discussed last
Yes,
Thursday.
the storm shelter's gonna cost roughly 51,000, and 75% of that will be what the mitigation money will be used for, and that's $37,204.79. And so that's where that money will be.
3812, it cost us 12 for a $50,000 facility back.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm good, I'll make a motion to accept that.
Second. All in favor say aye. Aye. Just sign here, give me your back.
Yes, no, sir, right, I put it on top, you
Okay.
just put your applicant signature right there.
I think that's cheap coverage. If you can build a storm house, $12,000, it'll cover 50 people.
Yes, sir, and this is a 50-person capacity, just under a 50-person.
Yeah, you told me it was on roughly $1,000 per person, about the way they figured.
Yes, sir.
We'll determine where at a later date.
Yes, sir. That can be determined. Right now, we're just filing this application to see if we're approved for that, and if so, then we'll start working on the where's and all. And also on our safety safety SIDP that we do every year, and we've been doing this for several years, and it's really working in our system here, not only saving money, but it is bringing our accidents down tremendously. And this is just routine paperwork. I need y'all's signature and approval on the safety coordinator resolution. They asked for an update. And all that is stating that if y'all want me to continue is that to, that is what that is, an application. I need your signature on the application to turn all this in. All we lack is, as far as safety meetings and so forth, Mike, is the meeting that the safety committee has, and there's just about 6 of us on that committee. So we'll have it.
We'll have to vote on this, Scott, because it's just continuing the contract.
And did each year convention, we get a refund check on this?
Yes, sir. We have been.
What was our last year? We were,
refund last year, Ms. Brooke, I can't remember. Do you know off the top of your head?
As from last year, it was around $3,000. Unfortunately, we'll have this discussion in the next few weeks, but your liability claims and your workers' comp claims that are in other departments other than the road has increased, and your premiums will be increasing due to the payout of what those liabilities cost.
Thank you. Anything else, Jim? Anybody have any questions for Jim?
Yeah, on storm shelter, if you get the grant for this, what's the turnaround if we apply for another one?
We have to have another disaster. This is mitigation money, and it's coming from the floods. The last one that we received come from the floods of 2015, and it was installed last year, 2018. So it's not in a hurry, and it's going to take another disaster to get funds through this program.
I hope we don't have.
Me too.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Thank you, Jim.
thank you.
We'll go back to probate judge and revenue commissioner.
We're a team. Y'all are a team, so we're a team today. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good
Mary.
morning.
We're doing very well. We're here today. As you know, Dynamic Staffing had done some applications and some interviews for 2 positions, one of which is in my office and one which is in Barbara Cooper's office. We met with Kay, whose last name I've just forgotten, from Dynamic Staffing the other day. She had recommendations for each of our offices, and I'm here asking that we follow her recommendation for the probate office, and that was Brenda Holland. And I would like ask that y'all hire her and do like we did Brenda Holland.
All
And do like we did the last go around, 6 months probation, 50-cent step up raise, and then followed by another 6 months, so 1 year probation.
Like she said, my recommendation was Michelle Palmer, and I asked that you guys go along with that. We hired her, and we've always had a 6-month probation period, so 50% raise at that time, whatever you guys recommend. I'm good with that too. So. And I think their start date maybe would be next Monday.
Okay. Anybody have any questions?
And you had one quit, and you had one to.
Retire.
Not adding anything, just replacing.
Right.
Scott, do we
I'll make a
vote
motion.
on this, or they just,
Yes, you need to vote on and do it separately.
okay.
I'll make a motion, we grant their request.
Have a second?
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, likewise.
Thank y'all.
Thank you so much.
Thank y'all.
Gotta do them individually.
Okay.
Michelle Palmer.
Michelle Palmer, do we have a motion?
I'll make a motion.
Second?
I second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All right, thank you, ladies.
Thank y'all. Y'all have a good one.
Mike Shaw.
Morning.
Good morning.
Got a couple of issues. First of all, Spencer Addison, he's completed his probationary period, and I recommend that he be promoted to a full-time classified employee at $15.86 per hour. Got a letter for that.
Do we have a motion to advance Spencer up to full-time? I know he's a good hand.
I'll make a motion.
Second. All in favor? Say aye. All opposed likewise.
Okay, next order of business, I have a resolution and a funding agreement on County Road 42 ER project. Recommend that the commission adopt a resolution to enter into an agreement with the state of Alabama for the funding of that County Road 42 job. It's a little over $95,000, and it's 100% federal money. Just need authorization for the chairman to enter into that agreement on behalf of the county. And maybe we'll start getting some money coming back in instead of going out.
Be nice.
We have a motion on that.
I'll make a motion.
Second.
I'll second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Okay, next, we got an airport hangar lease. County attorney has prepared the lease between Legacy Aviation and Marion County. They would pay us $708 per month to lease a portion of that large hangar. They would be responsible for the utilities with the exception of the water, which we would pay. And we've also agreed to charge them 10 cents per gallon over our cost on fuel, so that'll help us make a little money there. But I'd recommend to authorize the chairman to enter into this lease agreement with them for the airport, the hangar. Scott, you got anything else? Or?
Basically, it's the same lease that we had with Nick's Aviation prior to their timely crash. So
I'll make that motion.
Have a second. Second. All in favor, say aye. Aye.
You know, it's not on the agenda. I don't know. I gave y'all a letter last week. I don't know if that's something that we're going to act on today or what. I didn't.
I think we're going to act on it after we get back from next meeting.
Okay. Okay. Well, if that's all, then that's all I've got. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Next up is 911 board appointments. We had two gentlemen interested that interviewed, Mr. Donnie Winters and Mr. Wade Summons. Do I have a motion for one of these gentlemen?
I'll make a motion for Wade Summons.
Do we have a second?
I'll second.
Have a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed likewise. DHR board appointments. It's Miss Ann Couch, Miss Evelyn Walker, and Miss Melinda Frick. And all three have indicated their willingness to continue serving on the board. I know two of the three, and they've done an outstanding job. Do we have a
I'll
motion?
make a motion, we reappoint.
Do we have a second?
I'll second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All opposed likewise. Next up is cancellation of PH&J contract on the jail. We don't feel like the PH&J has stood up to their end, and the figures that we received from them Friday was over double what we were anticipating, and there's just no way that we can afford that. Anybody got any questions, comments?
Was this just bid on a jail, no municipal building?
I think this was bid on the audit.
On the boat?
Yeah. motion to cancel the contract with PH&J.
When we entered into a contract with them, we're supposed to got drawings and everything of the jail, right, since February.
Yes, sir. The last meeting me and you were at was, we got a feasibility study that was done in what, 2015?
I think so.
And to my knowledge, we haven't got anything else. I mean, Scott,
We got that layout that was done Friday, I think.
Friday, yeah.
Scott, is this your recommendation that we avoid this?
If y'all are not comfortable with them, there's no use for us to keep going down that road.
I just think we need this process speeded up.
I'll make a motion we cancel.
Got a motion to cancel the contract with PH&J. Do we have a second?
I second.
All in favor, say aye.
Could we ask a question before we go?
Yes, go ahead, Mr. Bob.
Well, Kevin, what do you feel there's someone else out there that might, I know we were all in favor of PH&J to start with, but what's your feel on this type of a?
Gentlemen, I apologize. I've been out of the loop for the last 14 days, 2 weeks, I guess.
Well, we understand your situation.
I didn't know anything about that Friday letter, but PH&J I've been affiliated with for 17 years as sheriff of Marion County. They build a lot of jails across the state. Bob, to answer your question, there's several architect companies out there that build jails. I prefer PH&J, but if they're not living up to what they're supposed to be doing, I understand about cancellation. I don't know personally. I know PH&J Architects personally because they've been associated with our Sheriff Association over the years, the last 40 years. I'm sure there's someone else out there. I'll just be honest with you. I hate to see you cancel a contract, but I understand.
Thank you.
Thank you, Kevin. We have a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, likewise. Cancel the contract. Brooke, this soil and water, it says 10:30.
Yes. That was when they were gonna be able to come.
Okay. Brooke, you or Scott have any?
I've got the rescheduling of the August the 19th meeting to August the 28th.
Do we have a motion?
Next week.
Do what now?
No, that's next week. They can get back.
Yeah.
I wanted to make a motion that we, if we can do this today, and I think we can, to hire a contractor to come in and clean the courthouse a couple of times a week or 2 or 3 times a week. And in that, and the way we want to do that, I know we have 2 hands at the courthouse, and I recommend that we take one out of the courthouse and put him as I guess you would call it district floater, work for each district and use. And I just want to know what y'all's opinion is, if we could do a vote on that.
I think we voted the other day to get some prices that it's supposed to be coming in
In September.
September.
I think, my opinion is we need to wait and see what kind of prices we're getting on to do the work before we make any drastic changes here. I mean,
Okay.
that's my opinion.
I think we can replace with removing one from the courthouse and using him in every district to work. I think we can take his, what his salary is and flip it over to the cleaning. I think it'll cover the other and leave his where his funds come from. But we can put it on the next agenda or whatever we wait.
Yeah, I think we ought to see what these quotes are that's coming in, so we'll know what kind of money we're looking at.
It's sometime September, right, Brooke, when
Well, like Tommy's.
we're receiving bids?
Yes, sir.
Back to rescheduling the August 19th meeting. We will be going to conference that day to August the 28th. I need a motion to reschedule that meeting.
I'll make a motion.
Second,
So,
all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Is that at 9 o'clock, same time?
Yeah, yes, sir, 9 o'clock.
well, can this person, talking about taking this person, can his salary be moved from him to the, or who will pick up his salary then?
Will stay like it is.
The salary would stay as is, and then what you would do on.
But if you take his salary and pay someone else, you come up with a,
Right. What we would do is move it from another fund, but it would be covered, the general fund would not gain, nor would it lose any money. If it's for picking up garbage, it would be paid for out of solid waste. If it was for working on equipment, then it would be a drawdown from the RRR and secondary funds for each one of the districts in which they were working.
So, in other words, if he's working in District 4, for me driving a truck or running a piece of equipment, it will be drawn down out of RRR out of my fund.
No, triple R fund.
Yeah, but
Their
my
fund.
part of it, right?
Yes, sir.
Whatever district he's working in, the drawdown will come out of their funds, out of RRR funds.
Yes, sir.
The same way it is now, it's coming out of the funds on the garbage, if I understand that. Tim?
Mr. Hunt, you got any?
No, sir.
Hey, I recommend, Tommy Mason about cleaning floors for the courthouse. He needs to give us a bid on it.
I think we have one in the house. I think we do. He came a couple of months ago and gave us a bid to come in and wax and buff and do all the floors and stuff. And then I think in addition to that, he'll come back every month and do whatever he needed to do. And I think Brooke can pull that up and get the numbers if we need to.
What else, I don't have it in front of me, the bids that we sent out to clean, what all, did that include buffing and everything?
It did, and stripping. What we sent out was the bid that we previously sent out for everything having to do with the cleaning. It was requested 5 days a week because it was a public building and to be done during the day rather than at night. Because there were some offices to where there's confidential stuff in it that people don't want you in after hours. With the stripping and buffing of the floor, that's something that we can do out, we can do separately if we need to. If you don't want to do a huge contract, if you want to change the number of days, what we can do is when the bids come in, we can ask that that be specified out by day and go from there.
But the bid package right now has the floor work and everything. Okay. Any more questions, comments? We need to adjourn and then come back at 10:30 for soil and water. Do we have a motion to adjourn until 10:30 to meet with soil and water?
I'll make that motion.
A second?
No, second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Don't forget to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel at www.youtube.com/49 County News TV.